Welcome to another episode of We Ain't Them. I am your host, Rasan, along with my co-hosts, Ebony and Kevin.
Hey.
What's up, y'all?
Ebony decided to move from the hot seat for once and let somebody else have a separate seat, finally.
I was just trying to find my... Hey, guys.
Trying to figure it out.
I was like, where is my damn...
I go and drink water and mind my business.
Whatever. Before we get started today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, @WeAintThem_. Check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@WeAintThem. Check us out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. My lovely co-host, how are we doing today?
I'm cool. My friend just got engaged. Congratulations, Nat. I'm so happy for you and Jay.
Aww.
Love is in the air, bro.
Amen. Always.
Alan. All right, I'm done.
Okay, Alan.
Listen, I'm not starting nothing.
Yeah, I'm not going to start that.
Because next thing you know, he going to be like, you remember that episode where
why
you
y'all
said...
And y'all should remember that episode when I
never
said...
forget it.
Yeah,
I ain't going to never forget
family.
it. Period.
We are breaking down as a family.
No, we not.
Family.
Family.
So, Eb, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
School's kicking your ass, though.
I'm getting a hang of it. I'm getting a good grip on things. And I'll just say this, I'm glad I'm doing part-time. Because if it was full-time with my job and this podcast, boy, and planning a wedding, boy.
That's true. I can't wait to be the flower girl.
Got it.
Love it.
Got it. I mean,
Period.
you know, Kev's daughter might say otherwise.
Yeah.
But that's a conversation that you want to take up with her.
We can do it
We
together.
can have this debate next month.
It's a simple debate of rock, paper, scissors. Oh, I'm glad that you mentioned next month, because next month is going to be a very great episode. Because finally, the clique will be all together.
The full clique, y'all.
The full clique will be all together. Kevin is coming from Bermuda to celebrate our anniversary episode. I cannot wait, mainly because I have some surprises for you guys.
Yes.
That I've really been working hard on for the past couple of weeks to think it through. I'm really happy. I'm really excited. Oh, man.
Yes, and I know a lot of y'all are probably wondering who the fuck is Kevin. Y'all should know if you guys are subscribed to our content. He is the creative director. He lives in Bermuda. He has been in our earlier episodes when we were during the pandemic, when we did Zoom, but he is flying up here. I am so excited. You guys are going to enjoy. Y'all not going to want him to go back to Bermuda. Y'all going to want him to stay.
Because honestly, I'm going to tell y'all the straight up truth. There are going to be some backstories that we're going to tell on the episode of how We and Them actually came together. We spoke about it a little bit in our first anniversary episode, but this one is going to be a little bit more special because Kevin is going to be here. So I'm so excited. It's one of the most happiest things, because if you guys don't know, Kevin is one of my closest friends. He's my best friend, and he's my best man at my wedding. So it's especially special for me to see him. So I'm so excited that that's going to happen. And before we get into our topic today, I do want to say this to my other best friend. I love her to death. Congratulations, Kiana, for having baby Cam. She went through a successful procedure, and baby Cam's here, and he's not home yet. He's still in NICU. Sorry,
NICU.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But he's been healthy, and everything's working out. And Kiana, I'm so happy for you, because if you guys don't know, Kiana has been by me and Ebony's side since day one. So we are so happy that this is happening.
Yes.
So
blessings to the
very,
babies.
very happy for you, Kiana. Like Rasan said, she's been by our side. She's actually one of the very many people who was pushing me to go back and get my MSW. So, because she got one herself. So, shouts out to you, my girl. She's also going to be my wedding, y'all.
Oh, yeah, That's right. So, we mentioned MSW, that being a career and job stuff. So let's jump into our main topic today. We're talking about the job market. So, the job market and the experiences of millennials have been trying to navigate their way through it. Lord, it has been hard. As the largest generation in the workforce, millennials have faced various challenges in their career paths, including the increasing competitiveness of the job market, the disruption caused by the automation and technology, and the shift in traditional work culture. Now, we know millennials aren't taking just anything and have fun with whatever they're taking. From OnlyFans to side hustles, i.e., we ain't them, you know.
This ain't a side hustle, baby. This is real work.
This is real work.
You're right. You're right. This is our real lives. It's our real jobs. Sorry. Please don't fire me. So guys, do we agree or disagree with the new ways of thinking, or is this something that we're just accustomed to at this point?
I think I'm a little bit jaded. Our generation itself, we were taught to write a cover letter at the age of like 13.
Mm-hmm.
You were taught to get your work permit by, what was it? You could work at
14.
14?
Is it 13?
It's 13 actually.
It's 13, right?
Because you could get those blue cards at school.
Right. So you had to get your work permit to work for the summer. You was working at somebody's amusement park
summer
youth or whatever the case may be. So like, to see this generation and the way that they're embracing the culture of work, I'm so envious of. Because the fact that, let's keep it 100, there's a little girl who's 6 years old on YouTube playing with toys, making buku money.
Word!
That I don't got. I'm a little sick.
I can agree with you because I'm busting my ass.
And you in school.
I'm busting my ass.
So go try to get more money at that point. Shit.
And even at the job I have now, I'm very grateful, thankful for the experience, the job that I have, and all of that. But I'm scratching my head because the paycheck compared to what, if I could be a flicking Pinky doll and go up on thing and ice cream and what the fuck she be saying?
Yum yum yum
yum yum yum and get like what she was getting 4,000 a day?
40. Yeah,
it was not 40. She was getting like 4K a day, 4 to 7K a day. I mean, at the end of the day, I do feel a sense of like, because we were brought up a different way. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't have my cover letter at age 13. I only did summer youth once when I was like, I wasn't even a teenager anymore. I didn't work as a teenager, but we were raised a certain way. We was told, like, you go to school, you go to college, you prepare yourself for a career. And to see that we spent all this money, and granted, it's an investment that I'm glad I have. I'm glad I have my degree. I'm glad I'm obtaining another one. But to see that some of these people, some of them are our age, some of them are from Gen Z. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are from Gen Z, actually. And the simplest things, like being an NPC or OnlyFans, you're skinning your backside for everybody to see. And you living better than me, and I know I took the proper channels towards obtaining that life that you got so easily. That yeah, I can understand. I do feel a sense of like I am jaded too. I am. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to like maneuver it and kind of word it differently, but no, fuck that. I'm jaded as well, because I worked my ass off, and it's like, what is going on? And even doctors and lawyers who have those pristine degrees, although they live in good and they eating good, they're not making as much money as these TikTokers and these influencers and people on Only. They're not getting that. So I'm not understanding. I think that this is temporary. I want to see what's gonna happen.
I was actually about to say that. So
I want to see what's gonna happen.
So my whole thing is that I think that these kids and all this stuff, especially even millennials, they're catching up to speed. Mm-hmm. Everybody's making fast money. They're not making a long-term money.
Yeah.
And because they're not making long-term money, it just doesn't work out that way. So I think that in a sense that, yeah, I'm kind of happy for them in a sense.
Yeah, of course.
Because, you know, everybody got to eat out here. You know, times is hard. The economy is shit.
The rent is high.
Rent is too damn high.
The rent is too damn high.
Damn right it is. So I think, you know, more power to them. Like it shows that, you know, it's hard work. Because I can say something about, you know, it's a side hustle and all that stuff. But the effort that they put in, no matter how much of a side hustle it is, they take hours. Like, for people to understand, do you know how hard it is to make a YouTube video for some of these people? Like, it really is hard. It's not like a one-shot deal. You make it in 5 minutes, that's it. They are doing it hour after hour after hour. It take them days just to post one thing.
Yeah.
They're thinking of, like, trying to think of creative things to stay relevant day by day so that they can make their income. I know as podcasters, we even have that sometimes that funk of like, okay, what the hell are we gonna talk about? Like, I know that feeling of like, yo, it's hard. So as easy as it may seem, it's still hard as hell.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate to that because I don't talk about it much here on this platform, but I do have a separate Instagram. It's called Yoni Eclipse, and it's dedicated to sexual health within, you know, sexual health for women, right? And to be honest, I'll never forget the first reel I ever made. This was last year. This reel must have lasted about, the duration of the reel was probably about like a minute. It took me hours. And I feel like I boil it down to the fact that at that time I didn't know how to do reels. But it takes a lot of effort. I will not. That is a fact. That's a fact.
My only rebuttal with what you said is that you said that it's not going to last. I don't agree with you at all on that. I think that it is going to last. The way that these kids know how to work an iPad before knowing how to read a book.
That's true.
It's going to last itself. Like, I think of, so me personally, you know, a little deeper into myself, I don't want no children. I'm good. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the life that I have itself. But when I look at my nieces, when I look at my nephews, when I look at my godchildren, and, you know, all y'all who want to have babies and y'all want to make me the godparent, please slow down because I got enough already. But all I'm saying is when I look at that generation of kids that are coming up and they're sitting here and they know how to work this iPad and do everything, it's going to continue to make money. The fact that I can literally go babysit my goddaughter, give her my iPad, and literally be like, go on YouTube, watch that girl play games. And I can get peace? And you think that's not going to continue? Keep doing your jobs. I love it. Thank you. The uncle in me thanks you so much.
Yo, you caught me so off guard with
that. I'm sorry. I'm keeping it 100.
Yeah, I love
the
that.
Uncle in me keeps it. I love it.
Okay, so sorry. Sidebar before we get back into it. The fact that you said what you said about that uncle thing, I feel like people have that tendency with kids in general. It's like, you know why I love being the uncle? Because you know what? You could send them kids back.
Same thing with aunties. Aunties say the same thing. Like without the ones who don't have children.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say the same shit.
So it's funny. So I just want to follow up since we're talking about it. What's the worst job experience that you've had?
I'll take this first. I was working for, I don't want to say the name. I was working for a shoe company. And those of y'all who know this story, I know the story. I was working for a shoe company and I had a customer come in, you know, regular retail job. I'm in college, you know, calling it a day. I had a customer come in and she's like, I got this job interview and I need some nice shoes. I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'm showing her a couple of shoes and, you know, she puts these heels on and she can't walk in them. And I'm like, sweetie, you can't walk in these. Maybe you want to get you a nice little wedge so that you can go ahead.
Ain't nothing wrong with a wedge.
And do what you gotta do. She started cursing me out like, fuck you, I can wear this heel. I was like, yo, your knees is buckling, sis. Like, you not holding on. And she's still cursing me out. And then, you know, it's at the point, I'm not as refined and polished as I am right now. So I was just like, and I keep it 100. I was like, well, fuck you, bitch. I'm out. Like, call it a day. I don't need to help you. Like, go help the next customer. She starts wilding out or whatever the case may be. She's yelling at me across the sales floor. I'm not really listening to her. And the next thing you know, all I felt was
what? Don't stop
at the
playing.
back of my head.
Stop playing, Kevin.
I turn around. She launched another one. And another one. And again, we thank God for growth.
Amen.
Growth.
But where I was at that time, I was like, yo, so you gonna throw shoes at me, bitch? Boop. I picked up every single shoe. I launched it across the sales floor. I hit her about 12 times. She was walking out the store. I still was hitting her with shoes and calling it a day. And then my boss looked at me mortified.
You were able to stay? Or?
I think I'm gonna keep that detail to myself because maybe if they going ahead and research where I've been, it might be a little bad.
Oh my God, Kevin, you got my eye twitching.
No, but that was the worst retail experience I've ever had. Because my thing was this lady is cursing at me across the sales floor, right? Yeah. So you would think as a manager, my manager would have came over and been like, yo, you gotta leave. They were in my little earpiece. Kevin, calm down. Kevin, don't do it. Kevin, it's not worth it. And again, not coming over to help me. I'm like,
no, at that point, all bets are off at that point.
So again, I think fast forward into where I am now in my career or whatnot. I do work a retail job. I won't say, whatever, but I do have employees. And that's just the one thing I don't stand for, disrespect. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
My employees know the moment somebody goes on ahead and says something crazy to you, you ain't even gotta call me. I be right over there what'd you say?
What's up?
What's up? Nah. I'm gonna be nice nasty about it, but you about to get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
And we call it a day. So I think that's the worst retail job experience that I had.
Okay.
So, no, I was assaulted, y'all.
Ebony, would you like to go next?
Yeah. So I want to say during college, that was maybe 2012, 2013-ish. No, 2013 for sure. I was working at a cruise terminal. And usually we're stationed out in either Jersey, Manhattan, or Brooklyn. That day I was stationed out in Brooklyn. I was checking in people. So basically when people come in, they board for a cruise. I take their password, make sure they're in the system, make sure that their room keys are connected, so on and so forth, send them on their merry way. So a man comes up with his daughter and his grandson, and I'm checking them in, and there was a bit of I forgot, it was so long ago. So he asked me a question and I didn't understand it. Maybe he didn't understand the question I was asking him, because I'm asking a slew of questions. Are you sick? Have you been sick? Did you have Ebola? Because Ebola had a resurgence at that time. Do you have any symptoms regarding Ebola? And he was like, what are you asking me? I was like, oh, sir, I'm asking you if you're experiencing any of these symptoms now before you get on the cruise. And he's like, well, I'm sorry. I don't speak, what did he say to me? He's like, I'm sorry, I speak American. So I looked at him and I looked at the daughter. The daughter was like, ma'am, please, ma'am, please. So I looked at her. I took a deep breath and I was like, sir, I'm sorry we don't understand each other. I don't speak American. I speak English, so maybe that's why we're having a hard time understanding each other. And he still didn't get what I was saying. He's so riddled with ignorance. So I just continued, and that was it. I think that was my worst experience. Either that or the time I was working at my current job, and I had a client during the pandemic. She was severely mentally ill, which is why I'm like, I let it go. But being severely mentally ill doesn't stop you from being racist.
Oh. Child.
Shit.
So the woman, because she's mentally ill, she asked me for a psychiatrist. I booked her an appointment with the psychiatrist 3 times, and they have a thing with therapy and psychiatry. If you book 3 times, I think most medical offices do this. You book 3 times and you don't show, they will tell you like, no, you can't book again.
Yeah.
So I'm like, make sure you go to this appointment. I booked it for you twice. You gotta go. Well, you didn't book it for me the first time. I was like, I booked it for you twice. And me and her, like, she's going back and forth with me, and I'm trying not to engage because I understand the severity, right? And while I'm trying to explain to me, she's talking over me. Explain to her she's talking over me, and she's just like, well, you listen to me, you welfare check.
Boy.
I was like, I didn't care at that point. All the implicit bias, all that fuck shit went out the window. I said, ma'am, I've never been on welfare, but I'm sure due to the benefits that you receive, you could tell me what that looks like. I don't even know what a welfare check look like. But on that note, have a good day. And I hung up the phone. And as I'm hanging up the phone, she's like, I'm not a Karen. I'm not a Karen. I was like, girl, that ain't my problem.
Damn.
You know what happened in that moment? She said, oh shit, I fucked up.
Wait, I need your help still.
Damn, son. I thought you was gonna tell the story about your first and last day at a job, but
My first and last day. Oh my God.
Well,
Let me say the name.
I'm gonna blank it out. I'm gonna blank it out.
I broke my
we need insurance.
facts. I broke my fucking contract. I took a contract job during the pandemic. Oh my God. During the pandemic, didn't last nothing but 24 hours at this job. I was working in a psych ward, which was also housing. It was like a prison ward / psych ward of all men.
In the jail?
It was a hospital that housed prisoners, but it was also a psych ward. It was like simultaneously the same thing. And let me tell you, just being there after one night, and that was training. Oh, you did that too?
No, I have a question.
So,
I have a question.
No,
You finish your story. I got a question.
Let me tell you, I was flashed by the first night. That was during train. That wasn't even my first full day. I was paid for training. That was the first day. The first night, man, let's just say that weekend. So I did training that Thursday. The Friday was my first day. And then the weekend, I went to sleep and just had PTSD. I'm going to sleep and having flashbacks of this shit. I quit. I was like, it's not, I mean, the money was great, but it wasn't worth all of that.
Okay, you answered my question, because I was like, that money had to be good.
Oh my God, that check was so sweet. Just based off of what I made in that short amount of time, it was sad to let it go, but it was not worth it. To me, it was not worth it. I would have gotten my ass beat. I would have because even when I got trained, the woman who trained us, like, I am standing here in front of you with 2 sprained ankles, a rotator, and she showed us how her wrist was broken. I'm like, bruh, what? I'm just trying to expand my expertise and get some extra money, but I ain't gonna do all of this for that. No. Nope.
Oh, Lord. Right. We need to know your story now. What's happening?
I mean, her story is definitely gonna beat mine by like a mile.
Oh, Lord.
All right, so let's talk about New Year's fucking day.
Oh, I think I remember this story.
The worst kind of day you want to work after you done hang out with your friends and you drink a lot.
That's Haitian Independence Day, by the way. Just want to shout out.
Soup Jamal.
Shout out to all my Zoes, but continue.
So, hungover, hanging out with our friends, of course, who love to drink. So the night before, went to Dave & Buster's in the Times Square. So we went, and it was like open bar. And it was the last hour of open bar.
I remember this fucking
So
story.
we drank like fucking crazy.
As you should.
Drink. I get a phone call that says, "Oh,
I'm screaming.
you are the best."
Thank you.
Thanks,
You are
Court.
the best. I'm also keeping this in the video too, because that was so great. I'm just keeping this in the video. Thank you, Court, to our engineer.
That's gotta be a short.
Court is our engineer. That is wonderful. He is a wonderful guy. Okay, so we go to Dave and Buster's last hour of open bar. So we're drinking like this, like hotcakes. Like we just drinking everything. So we drink. We're hungover, and then I get a text saying, "Oh, you gotta come in from like 1 to 6."
Bullshit.
Yo, I have a big ass hangover, and luckily I could say where I worked at because the place doesn't exist anymore. Oh. Office Max. So I could say that because you guys don't exist anymore. Anyway, so I worked at Office Max, and they was like, "Yeah, we need you to come in from 1 to 6." I was like, "Fine." So I get up, I get there, and the first words I say when I get there is, "Yo, what?" Yo, I go in the the break room, and my boss is there. Well, like my assistant manager is there, and he's like, "Hey, Rasan." I was like, "What the hell are we here in the first place? This don't make no goddamn sense. It is. Why aren't we off? It's New Year's Day. It doesn't make no sense. I'm going off." And then he says, "I have Subway sandwiches." My reaction is, "Okay, cool. Let's eat."
All of that for a Subway sandwich?
Subway sandwich.
You gave it up for a Subway sandwich.
At that point, I was just like, you know what?
Listen, in my job right now, I give it up for a pizza party. Stop playing with me, all right?
I love a pizza party.
I ain't gotta use my money to buy no food. Let's go.
Exactly. So I ate. I'm good. I'm good. I'm chilling. Everything is going smooth. That day it was empty, so it was smooth. So it wasn't really that bad, right? Until the last 10 minutes of fucking work. The worst thing, and I say this true, try and true, and this would be me working as an employee, but if that's a customer, it's really even more fucked up. Yo, the worst thing a customer could do is them last 10 minutes show up and they just start browsing around.
Yeah, like they're just looking for shit. Yeah.
Trust me, I know.
So
looking at the same 10 phones.
So this man is coming.
You exposing me, sis. Shit.
So this man comes with like, so Office Max used to have these weird deals with like, you could get like a ream of paper, like $1 with their membership. This is some weird shit, some extra weird shit, right? But it's like built off of points. So this guy comes in, he gets one box of paper, boxes of a ream of paper. And then after he's like, "Oh, I want another one." "Sir, that's not a part of the deal." Oh, he's like, "No, but my friend is coming in." I was like, "You can't get another one. It's one person because it's one big box. It's like 10 reams of fucking paper in there. Why do you need more than that right now? Just take it what you could get. It's New Year's." So I'm like, "Sir, we're about to close. If you want to handle this situation, you can come back and speak with my manager tomorrow." Right? He comes in like, "Who are you talking to? You don't know me. I own you."
Boy.
I own you.
A white man? It was a white
man?
No,
it was an African man. I never in my life went off I went off the deep end. I lost all my shit. When he said, "I own you," bro, I said, "Who the fuck you think you talking to?" I went wide right. I was like, "Who the fuck you talking to?" And him and his friends, "I'll fuck both of y'all up. Who the fuck you think this is?" And my man just holding me. I was like, "Don't hold me back. I'll fuck both of y'all up. You foo loving motherfuckers."
No, I'm not laughing at that. I'm not laughing at that.
You need.
I'm wrong. I was so wrong at that point.
He did think you were one of his goats, but still, like, I'm just saying.
Like, shoot, I will knock the fuck out of you. I will slap you back to Nigeria, you bitch ass nigga.
Rasan.
No, I'm saying all this. This is not how I feel now. I am way older. But yo, at that point, I was so fucking mad, bro. I was so mad. Like, I was losing my shit because you can't talk to me. You can't talk to an adult that kind of way. Especially saying the words, "I own you." That shit goes left. I don't give a fuck about nothing else.
I agree.
Like, yo, you can't say that shit to me.
I'm sorry.
I was like, really?
I'm clowning because I'm just thinking about y'all ever seen?
Mind you,
y'all ever seen fucking? Oh my god. Not how high. Friday too. The second one. Next Friday. Sorry, next Friday.
Michael Blackson. I can't LGBT shit.
What the fuck is this? Like that's what I'm thinking about. No. Like, oh my god, no.
Like these niggas was really coming at me crazy. So what's crazy is like I'm a little 5'6" myself, but my manager, he's like 6'7", and he's a big
tall.
guy.
Okay.
So he's a white guy, and he's not he's not confrontational.
He's a gentle giant.
He's a gentle giant. But he's seeing me and he's so scared. He's like, Rasan, please calm down. He's like, fuck that. Fuck these little bitch ass niggas. I'll catch you outside. Stay outside until I clock out. Yeah. I'll beat both y'all asses. Yo,
did they wait? Did they
no,
wait?
They didn't wait.
They ain't waiting.
Yo, I'm going off. Yo, I'm going off. So the security guard, he's a Haitian guy, but he's really with the shits. But he told him straight up, he's like, it's best you go home. It's just to leave, go home. Don't worry about this. Maybe you need to come back a time when he's not here.
Yeah, he kind of diffused the situation.
To my surprise, I only got written up, but I didn't get fired. That's the crazy part.
Wait, when did you? What year was that?
I can't remember. 2013.
Was it towards the end of Office Max? Because they needed to keep people. I'm just saying they was keeping people. Yeah. I mean, because shout out to Staples, but they was keeping people.
Whatever.
Shout out to Staples.
Whatever. But yeah, that's how that went. I mean, it is what it is. All right, so I want to talk about something really interesting. So me and Ebony, I don't know about Kevin, but me and Ebony, as you can see, guys, we have tattoos. We work in a very professional place, right?
Ba-da-ba.
Like, you know, she works.
He got a damn tattoo right there, Rasan.
Oh shit.
What?
Oh, wait. I keep missing that. Okay, so, yeah, we work in very professional places, especially me. I would say me and Ebony specifically, mainly because, you know, she works in the field when it comes to mental health and things. So her profession, I work at a school, so my profession, you know, students seeing, especially when I have short sleeve, they'll see my tattoos, stuff like that. Do you feel like nowadays that the work environment that we're in nowadays are very acceptable to tattoos and piercings and different hair colors and things like that?
Compared to back in the day, absolutely. I mean, there are some instances, like I remember, I want to say right before the pandemic in France, there was this man who was a teacher. He was an elementary school teacher, and he had tattooed not only his skin, his whole skin was tattooed, but he also tattooed his eyes, and he had the black, you know, like alkaline.
Oh, God.
He had the alkaline thing going on. Shout out to Alkaline. And the kids, for the most part, he was a kindergarten teacher. And the kids, for the most part, loved him. They weren't scared. No, he wasn't a kindergarten teacher. He was like either a first or a second grade teacher. However, it was a kindergarten student that saw him while walking to lunch or wherever, coming from wherever in the hallway, and got scared. And he was fired for that. So there are instances with that, but I do feel like I will never forget. Fast forward, like going back to 2015 when I first started working at my first job, first job in my field of work, rather. And I remember being interviewed by someone. This woman was a director, and I'm in her office. Both titties tattoos.
Got the Eve on them?
No, it wasn't the paw.
Oh,
one was like cherries. Another one was like a strawberry with chocolate dripping. You could tell she was she was definitely like she got that in the 90s.
Brings all the boys to the
she's definitely in 90s. In the 90s she was like our age because she was an older woman. And I'm looking at her, and I remember looking at all my other employees. Mind you, this wasn't the cruise terminal. This was my first job in my field. I'm looking around. I'm seeing another person that identified as that was the first non-binary person I've ever met before I even heard about the term. And she had tattoos everywhere. She had a piercing here. And I remember working at that cruise terminal, and I remember losing all of my piercings had closed up because I wasn't allowed to have them. Here I am in my field of work, and I'm seeing all these people with tattoos, and I'm like, whoa, you're allowed to do this? Man, I felt at home. I'm happy that it's more acceptable. And I remember having this conversation with my aunt because me and her go back and forth. She's very conservative, and she does have a high position. And she talks about like, oh, you can't be coming in here with tattoos and this, that, and the third. And I have to let her know, I'm like, listen, the tattoos on my skin or the color of my hair does not change the skill that I bring to the position that I'm applying for. It does not take away from my passion. It doesn't take away from my expertise. That is just my individuality. And that shouldn't stop me from getting ahead in life because I want to do body modification. Would you stop a woman from having a job if she got a boob job? Because that's also body modification. No. Would you stop a woman who, okay, let's just say, when it comes to hair color, if a woman changes her hair from black to light brown, you're not going, because, oh, what? Because it's a natural color? It's still a hair dye. It's still a body modification. No matter how you slice the pie, it's a body modification. I feel like where I draw the line is when, because I've seen it in my, let me not say that. Moving on.
Okay, so I'll be honest and say this. So in the retail position that I have now, right, where I work, I'm currently interviewing people for a position that I have open, right? Do I feel like a bias is ingrained in me because of the way that I grew up? Absolutely. Do I have to fight night and day to get across or like get above that bias? 100% as well. So I feel like tattoos and piercings to a certain point, and depending on the industry that you're going into, can either help you or hurt you.
Okay.
And I hate to say that, and I hate to seem like I'm just not this equal opportunity person who's employing somebody, but I'll be 100% and say this, like, if you are somebody who impresses me and you tat it up, like, I'll give you a job 100%. But I'm not going to lie and say that when I first saw you or when you came in with those tats,
you had a
I
perception.
wasn't like, oh,
yeah,
hold on. You know what I mean? Like, I hate this about me sometimes, but I'm like Haitian to the bone. Like,
it is,
bro,
yeah.
like when I got my first tat, like my mom knew already.
Oh, I hid my shit.
I tried.
I hid my shit.
I tried. Yo, I got my tat. I was chilling. My mom came to me. She was like, and mind you, I was like in full like sweatsuit and everything. Mom came. She was like, you know, Kevin, I had a dream.
They're always having a dream. Caribbean parents.
I was like, what you have a dream about? She said, you have a tattoo. I was like, what? I was like, what, man? I ain't got no tattoo. She was like, you have a tattoo, and the tattoo's right here. Bro, my whole back is tatted. I was like, shit. She called me God done talk to us.
Wait, your first tattoo was a back tat?
It was a back tat.
Mine too was my first tattoo was
I was like, yo, it's over for me. So again, like I do have a little bit of a bias on there. However, I do check myself.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that, oh God, I'm about to say this. Ew. I'm glad that I'm only going to get older and only get higher in positions and stuff so that I can change the bias itself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I agree with you because at first I didn't want to say it, but I'm going to say it without like incriminating myself. My bias lies with code of dress. Like with my field, because of the type of work I do, especially if I'm doing field work, I can't be going into marginalized communities dressed in a suit. And I'm not going to. Because it doesn't give relatability at all, you know? However, I do feel like you can't be coming into work with no fluffy slippers, with them fluffy slides, crop top.
Crocs.
Yo, if you come to a job interview in a Croc, you're crazy, bro.
All right, so okay, I'll tell this.
I interviewed a woman the other day. She had no teeth.
Damn. Maybe she couldn't afford dentures.
Her first interview she had teeth. The second interview she had no damn teeth.
She had to borrow the teeth, sis.
Don't stop playing, Kevin. Kevin, don't play with me right now.
Go ahead, Rob. You got it.
I'm sorry. All right, so I'll tell this a quick story, and then we gotta kind of jump into our last final thing, of course. I'm sorry. So I went into an interview. You know my lovely locks, but my locks was green. At one point, I dyed my hair. I did my locks.
That was so hot. So hot.
I did the interview, and I thought to myself, "There's no way these people are gonna hire me." I sure enough got hired, and I asked them down a lot. I was like, are you bothered? Like, would you be bothered that I had green hair? They was like, we don't care. We just wanted to know you had a good interview. We just wanted to know you was good, and luckily I got that job. But I kind of want to go into this because I feel like it's important. And this is like gonna be our last thing. Do you feel like the current jobs that you guys have? Do you feel that you can fully be yourselves? Like, do you feel like you have to code switch? And for people who don't understand what code switching is, code switching is when you're literally going from who you naturally are on a daily basis to somebody else. Some people like to use the term, and I don't like this term, act white. But to help some of y'all, that's pretty much what code switching is.
I at my current job, my first year, like I said, of my first year at my current place of employment, I was shocked at the dress code a little bit. However, and that gave me the thought that I didn't have to code switch because I was around a lot of the people that I work with look like me. A lot of people that are in the higher positions look like me, except for the CEO. Um, but even she's an amazing woman, and she's a woman. That's beautiful to me.
I love that for you.
However, my first year, I was reminded very abruptly. You see, when you're surrounded by employees that look like you, but when your supervisor don't look like you, and furthermore is disconnected from who they work with, let alone the society, the people they work with, all of that, you're reminded. You're reminded, because I was reminded in 2019. I was called aggressive by a non-Black woman. And, I had to, that was a big issue. And when I even talked about it in my paper for my master's. I talked about it. I was like, listen, I was called aggressive. And when I asked, why am I aggressive? Why was I called aggressive? Really quick. I'm going to make it really quick. She started to mock my mannerisms because she didn't understand them. She's like, Ebony, when I ask you a question, you're like, excuse me? Like that. And I'm like, girl, I'm saying that because I don't understand you because your first language is not English. And it was like a mocking back and forth. And the mediator that was there, she eventually said, this person's from another country and she doesn't understand Black women. And I had to say to myself, when it comes to code switching, why is it when it comes to them, we have to accommodate? But when it's us, we have to assimilate. Why? Why is it when it's us, we have to assimilate to office culture? If we come from another country, we have to assimilate to American culture just to survive. But when they come from another culture and they come to America, we have to accommodate them to make them comfortable. Why? They're not assimilating at all. We're just understanding the fact that they come from another country. But when we come from another country, it's not understood.
Yes.
We're either told, get it together or go back to where you came from. Yes. So that code switching shit is annoying.
Yes.
It is.
Yes, Lord.
Yes.
Yes, Lord.
I'm just
you
saying.
Go, girl. You go,
I am just saying.
Kev?
I agree with everything that you said. In the current job that I've had for the last 9 years, oh God.
That's how you said, oh God.
I think my code switching came at a certain level, when I was like entry level, I didn't give a fuck. Like, this is who I am, call it a day. Like, it is what it is. But when I realized, like, there's more money to be made and we got more things that we got to do, I'm taking care of my family and everything and so like that. Even to this day, I'm still taking care of my fam. That code switching was like a lifesaver for me. And I always knew how to do it, but I just didn't care to. So once I started code switching and knew what I had to do, it's been cool. But what I would love to say now is that where I'm at currently in my career, my code switching, I like to call my nice nasty.
Yeah, same. Nice nasty, period.
I'm going to say what I got to say. Say nothing to me, okay? And if you try to say something to me, try to report me, I promise you, I'm within HR guidelines. Can't get me. That's how I feel about code switching.
Oh, the way you looked into that camera.
You can't.
Nasty.
You can't.
Nasty
And this
word.
nice nasty is perfected. All right.
Well,
And let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
I also, this nice nasty from my queer community, because we could read you, annihilate you, and can still drink water and mind my business.
Period.
And I'll leave it at that.
That's something I wish I can read, like some of y'all. Y'all be reading the girls for filth. I don't know. I don't have it in me. But when you say nice nasty, are you like Omarosa nice nasty?
I wouldn't say I'm Omarosa nice nasty. I'm Nene nice nasty. You still gonna know what it is.
Love it.
However, when you send that little report off to corporate and they come back and do that investigation, I'm gonna come back clear. Don't worry about me.
Amen.
What?
Oh, one thing, let me tell you, you could be nice, nasty all day long. You could do whatever. Once you keep your you see integrity?
Yeah.
Once you have integrity, I don't care who come up against you. Nothing ain't gonna happen to you. Period.
You know what it is? Because if God is for you, who can be against you?
Facts.
And I'm
no
leave.
weapon formed against me shall prosper. What chapter, what Bible verse is that, you know?
Why you put me on the spot like that?
Both of y'all all time.
And I'm going to church tomorrow. Lord help me. Listen.
Oh, Lord. Okay. All right, so I guess I will be the final one to narrate. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first started, I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know what to expect. I've worked in schools before, but I didn't really know what to expect. I worked at a Catholic school, so I'm just like, okay, well, this is how things are done. But within like the first 2 days, I realized, I was like a little more firm. I'm like, no. Like, and they were like, yeah, you're very, so some of the students will say I'm very militant, right? And it's mainly because, it wasn't really a code switch. I'm a black man that works in a black-based school with black children. So it can be days where it feels like eat or be eaten, killed or be killed. It feels like that some days. But in the reality of things, as time went on, I just felt like, yeah, being fully myself is what makes the kids feel comfortable to come to me, to
relatability.
Speak to me.
Yes.
It's being relatable, especially with these students. Now, some of the adults, they're never going to get it. And that's cool. Because it's not, as long as it doesn't mess up, like, it's not going to mess you up. It's not going to mess with your job. It only has to involve me. And what my job is just making sure that, I make sure that, these kids understand that you can come to me and sit with me. And I may not have a license and stuff like that, but you can sit with me and talk to me like I'm a known person because I will relate to you. Yes, I am 14 to 16 years your elder, right? But I'm still relatable because I'm still literally from the hood. So I hear all these things that you talk about, all these things that you do. So it's easy. I think that this is one of those jobs that have come so natural to me that I love it. I really, really love it. And I give a lot to it because the world is like unforgiving at times, right?
Of course.
And what I've realized, especially in the school system, is that they don't have enough black men. If I was to up and leave, it would be another black man gone from these kids' lives. And they need us more than anything in the world. Yes, the money is not great. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the educational system in general. I say it a lot. Teachers are underpaid.
Very,
underappreciated.
very fucking underpaid.
Absolutely.
They're truly underappreciated more than anything. And this really needs to go out. Like, I wish the DOE would really catch a fucking grip and understand that these teachers need to be appreciated and paid way more. These teachers, these staff, these people are with these children more times than they are with their parents. And I don't mean to be an asshole about it, but it is true. If you look at it, 8 hours out the day, 8 hours out of a day, that's 5 times a week. That's 40 hours. That is 40 hours that you are with students.
Yeah.
And that's not including
actually,
like after school and everything
exactly.
else.
So
Yeah.
that could be from 8 hours to 10, 11 hours.
Yeah.
That is most of the day. If you take that and add that, compare that to like a weekend and weekday, like mornings and nights with parents, it's not the same. It's really not. And the DOE really needs to see that. The Department of Education in general needs to see that. I think that the top two things, I think when it comes to teachers being underpaid, I think with people who work in mental health, they're underpaid and underappreciated. And people don't understand that they should be. The world needs us more than anything else. They need all of us. Everybody who works, they need everybody in general. But these fields, especially with the world, how the world is ever changing and growing, they need us now more than ever. And you need to appreciate us. They really do.
Can I say one thing about, I think the most powerful thing that you said in that, when in reference to code switching, is that like legit, I'm thankful that in the respective field, because we all work in 3 different fields.
Yeah.
Correct.
But in our respective fields, we're able to turn it on and turn it off. And we're in a generation in a society now where we're able to do that.
Yeah.
And somebody still understand what we're saying, you know?
Yes.
Because like I can be in my job and I'd be like, I be professional and I keep it cool, right? But when I see somebody who gets it and who knows it, I can be like, you know, and we get each other, we laugh, we vibe, you know? So I'm so thankful that we're in a space and we're in a generation where there's more of us in that field.
Yeah.
And we can all connect and we can see each other and be like, I see you, I get you, and I got your back. And we can go on ahead and continue to move forward there. So again, in the education field, in the, you know, mental health field, in the retail field, I'm so thankful that we are occupying these spaces
Amen.
more than we've ever have before.
Yeah.
And that we can hopefully continue to do that and take over these big jobs.
Yes.
Because again, we need that in the job market itself.
Period.
So like y'all TikTokers, y'all Instagrammers, y'all whatever the case may be, y'all hold it down there. I love it for you. But like where we're at is up to, we making a name here.
Oh,
and we're
Kevin.
gonna hold that down.
Period.
And it may not be viral, but it's
making a
Yo,
difference.
talk your
somebody
shit, bro.
else. And one day it will be viral because they'll be able to see us.
I'm about to say, hopefully this will be viral.
It ain't hopeful.
It ain't
No.
hopeful.
It's going to be viral.
Exactly.
Mark my words.
With that being said, I'd like to thank my co-hosts, Ebony and Kevin, as always. This has been an amazing episode, a very intellectual episode that we love to do for you guys. I cannot wait for next month, because next month is going to be very, very exciting. Our anniversary episode is coming up. We're going to have some fun things there. Because of last episode that happened, it made us come up with some new ideas. It's going to be very interesting that we hope that we get some fans of us to be a part of, some interactive stuff that we're going to try to record and stuff. But until then, follow us on Instagram and follow us on TikTok at @WeAintThem_. Follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/@WeAintThem, and follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. This has been We Ain't Them, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye,
Later,
guys.
y'all.
Bye, guys.